The Kybalion holds powerful and transformative knowledge, once reserved for the few brave souls who sought to understand the universe's secrets. Its 7 Hermetic principles, such as mentalism and cause and effect, have the potential to reprogram your perception of reality, revealing that you are the creator of your own existence. This content is an invitation to step off autopilot and dive into a journey of ancient wisdom, capable of profoundly transforming your life and the impact you have on the world. What follows may surprise you. There's something deeply fascinating about knowledge that transcends centuries, carrying mystery and wisdom. The Kybalion, an enigmatic work that unveils the Hermetic principles, is one such treasure. Imagine a key that opens doors to understanding not only the universe around you, but also the deepest recesses of your mind. These principles have been studied by philosophers, occultists, and spiritual seekers for generations, passed down as precious secrets. It's no wonder the Kybalion is considered a guide to transforming perception into practical wisdom. What makes these teachings so relevant? Think of the great questions of life. Where do we come from? Where are we going? What is our purpose? The Hermetic principles offer not only answers, but tools to explore these questions deeply. From ancient Greece to the esoteric revival of the 19th century, figures like Plato, Paracelsus, and even Newton were influenced by this thought system. More than a book, the Kybalion is an invitation to personal transformation and self-discovery. It speaks of balance, harmony, and how every human being can shape their reality by understanding the laws governing the universe. Now imagine applying these secrets to your daily life. A careful reading of the Kybalion is like listening to a wise mentor whispering eternal truths. The text doesn't just explain concepts, it invites you to experience them. For example, consider how a simple shift in perception can change your vibration and consequently your entire reality. The first step is to open your mind as if you were unfolding an ancient map marked with paths to hidden treasures. And speaking of treasures, the first principle we'll explore is right before us, mentalism, which challenges us to understand that the all is mind. Shall we dive in? The Kybalion presents the 7 Hermetic principles as fundamental laws governing everything in the universe. These pillars are more than mere ideas. They are practical tools for transforming perception and understanding reality on a deeper level. Each principle serves as a lens to see the harmony and interconnectedness of everything around you. They not only explain the mysteries of the universe, but also act as a guide to navigate life's highs and lows with wisdom and balance. Knowing these principles feels like gaining access to a secret code that unites philosophy, spirituality, and quantum mechanics. What's fascinating is how these principles permeate every aspect of existence, from the workings of subatomic particles to complex human interactions. Mentalism, for example, teaches that everything is mental, a revolutionary idea suggesting that thoughts shape reality. Correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender complete this system, each offering its own wealth of insights. Picture them as the gears of a vast cosmic mechanism where understanding one part reveals the workings of the whole. It's no wonder these principles have echoed through the ages, revered by masters and seekers of wisdom. But understanding alone isn't enough. The real power lies in application. By exploring these 7 principles, you'll discover that they're not just abstract concepts, but practical tools. For instance, understanding polarity allows you to see the different facets of a situation, turning challenges into opportunities. If life is a puzzle, the Hermetic principles are the missing pieces that complete the picture. And of course, mentalism, the idea that everything begins in the mind, is the gateway to this journey. Let's explore this principle further. The first Hermetic principle, mentalism, is a powerful assertion: the all is mind. This idea isn't just a philosophical concept. It's the foundation of everything we perceive. Imagine for a moment that the entire universe, from distant galaxies to the smallest details of your daily life, is shaped by the mind. Not just your mind, but a universal mind that connects us all. This perspective changes everything, placing you in the role of co-creator of reality. If everything is mental, your thoughts are the brushes that paint your existence. So, what have you been painting lately? Applying this principle can be transformative. Think about how your thoughts influence your emotions, decisions, and even actions. Have you noticed that when you focus on something negative, more negative situations seem to arise? That's mentalism in action. Now imagine the opposite, directing your mind toward higher vibrations, harmony, wisdom, and personal growth. A practical example. Try the daily practice of positive affirmations, such as "I am capable" or "I attract harmony into my life." This isn't magic. It's aligning your thoughts with the universe so that what seemed impossible begins to manifest naturally. Here's the great secret. Mentalism isn't about rigid control of the mind, but about awareness. When you realize that everything is mind, you start observing your thoughts like a gardener tending their plants. You remove weeds, destructive thoughts, and nurture what you want to grow. But remember, this is just the beginning. Mentalism is the doorway to a world where vibration and correspondence await, expanding your view of reality. The principle of correspondence invites us to observe the harmony and order present in the universe. The famous phrase, "as above, so below, as within, so without," isn't just poetic, it's a reminder that everything is interconnected. The microcosm reflects the macrocosm, and vice versa. Consider how patterns in nature, like the movement of planets, parallel the cells in your body. This suggests that understanding something on a personal level can offer insights into the larger universe. Here's a practical tip. Notice how small changes in your daily routine can lead to significant transformations in other areas of your life. This principle is especially powerful when applied to self-awareness. If everything is connected, then understanding yourself is the first step to understanding the world. Imagine someone seeking harmony in their environment while their mind is in constant conflict. The solution: align the within with the without. Practices like meditation or journaling can help balance thoughts and emotions, fostering correspondence between your internal and external reality. It's not magic. It's consciously aligning with the vibration you wish to manifest in the world. It's not just about individual balance, but also recognizing the larger patterns governing the collective. Correspondence suggests universal laws that regulate everything, and by understanding these laws, you can navigate life with greater wisdom and purpose. This prepares us to explore the next principle, which reveals the constant motion that permeates all things: vibration. Everything vibrates. From the tiniest particles to the largest celestial bodies, nothing is truly still. This is the principle of vibration, which teaches us that movement is a constant in the universe. Even what seems solid, like a stone, is made of atoms in constant motion. This idea is not only scientific but profoundly spiritual, reminding us that the frequency at which we vibrate determines what we attract into our lives. Have you ever felt in the flow when everything seems to go right? That's because in those moments, you were in sync with a higher vibration. In practice, adjusting your vibration begins with the choices you make daily. What kind of thoughts do you feed? How are your emotions? Imagine your mood as a radio station. To tune into something positive, you need to adjust your frequency. A simple but powerful exercise is focusing on gratitude. By listing 3 things you're grateful for each day, you elevate your vibration. Want something even more impactful? Surround yourself with music, environments, and people that exude positive energy. This creates a resonance that transforms your perception and attracts new possibilities. But vibration goes beyond the personal. It also governs the collective. Just like a stone dropped in water creates ripples, your energy affects everything around you. By raising your vibration, you not only improve your life, but contribute to a more harmonious environment. And what's even more fascinating, this connects to the next principle, polarity, which reveals how opposite extremes are actually part of the same spectrum. The principle of polarity reminds us that everything in the universe has two poles, two extremes that, although they seem opposite, are part of the same essence. Think of heat and cold. Both are manifestations of temperature, differentiated only by degree. This understanding is revolutionary because it teaches us that what appears conflicting is actually connected by the same thread. For example, what you perceive as failure may simply be the beginning of a process culminating in success. Polarity is also a powerful tool for transforming emotions and thoughts. Imagine being stuck in negativity. According to this principle, the opposite, positivity, isn't far away, but exists on the same spectrum. The key is to gradually shift your focus and increase the frequency of what you feel. A practical example. If you're overwhelmed by anger, try redirecting it into something constructive, like physical activity or artistic creation. This way, you move your energy along the emotional spectrum and turn what seemed like an obstacle into an opportunity for growth. This principle is a constant reminder that extremes are inseparable parts of a whole. It teaches us to seek balance, understanding that life is made of nuances and transitions. Recognizing this, we see that the movement between poles is governed by a greater force, rhythm, which we'll explore next. The principle of rhythm shows us that everything in the universe follows cycles, day and night, the rising and falling tides, the changing seasons, all obey a natural flow, like a cosmic dance. This law reminds us that, just as in nature, our lives also have highs and lows, advances and retreats. The secret to living in harmony is learning to ride these waves rather than fight against them. Have you noticed how some moments seem to flow effortlessly while others feel resistant? That's rhythm in action. In practice, understanding this principle helps you approach challenges with greater serenity. When you recognize that difficult periods are part of a larger cycle, you can avoid despair and trust that the tide will turn. For instance, during times of low energy or motivation, instead of blaming yourself, take the opportunity to rest and recharge. The same goes for periods of growth. Use the high energy to move forward boldly. A useful exercise is mapping your own cycles, daily, monthly, or even yearly, and identifying when you're most productive or introspective. This way, you align your actions with your natural rhythm. More than just accepting cycles, rhythm invites us to work with them. When we learn to move in harmony with the universe's flow, we gain lightness and balance. This prepares us to understand the next principle, cause and effect, which explains how every action creates a reaction that shapes our future cycles. The principle of cause and effect reveals that nothing in the universe happens by chance. Every event, situation, or outcome has a cause behind it, an action that set it in motion. It's like a universal gear system that keeps everything moving. Have you ever considered how your daily choices shape the future? A single thought, a spoken word, or a seemingly small decision can trigger a chain of reactions. This principle invites us to take responsibility for our lives, recognizing that we are largely the authors of our destiny. Applying cause and effect is like learning to play a game where every move matters. If you want positive results, you need to sow the right causes. For example, if you seek harmony and personal growth, cultivate constructive thoughts and actions aligned with these values. Want to improve your relationships? Invest in listening more and criticizing less. Every gesture, no matter how small, is a seed planted in the universe's fertile soil. And just like gardening, what you harvest is the direct result of what you chose to plant and nurture. This principle also teaches us to observe the world with greater attention. When you understand the causes behind effects, you begin to predict outcomes and adjust your actions. It's like having a map revealing the wisest directions to take. But remember, not everything is under our direct control. A greater order governs the cycles of cause and effect, connecting to the next principle, gender, which speaks of the complementary energies that shape everything. The principle of gender teaches us that everything in the universe possesses two complementary energies, masculine and feminine. These forces don't refer to biological gender, but to fundamental aspects present in all things. Masculine energy is active, logical, and directional, while feminine energy is receptive, intuitive, and creative. Together, they create the balance necessary for movement and manifestation. Consider nature. The earth, feminine, nurtures the seed, while the sun, masculine, provides the energy for its growth. This balance also exists within each of us, influencing our thoughts, actions, and relationships. In daily life, aligning these energies can bring greater harmony and efficiency. For instance, in a creative project, feminine energy helps generate ideas and inspiration, while masculine energy provides structure and action to bring them to life. Have you noticed how moments of introspection, feminine, often precede periods of execution, masculine? A practical exercise is to observe your activities and identify which energy predominates. If you feel stuck, it may be time to nurture your feminine energy with moments of reflection or creativity. Conversely, if you're full of ideas but lack tangible results, it's time to activate your masculine energy and take action. Understanding the principle of gender is like accessing a manual for balancing forces within and outside yourself. This complementarity is essential for any form of creation, whether in projects, relationships, or even your spiritual journey. When these energies are in harmony, the entire universe seems to collaborate with your goals. Now that the 7 principles have been introduced, let's explore how to apply them to transform your reality and expand your perception. The 7 Hermetic principles aren't just theoretical concepts. They're practical tools for transforming your reality. When you begin to apply them, you'll notice profound changes in your perception. For example, the principle of mentalism teaches that your mind is the key to shaping the universe around you. What kind of reality are you creating with your thoughts? By integrating this awareness into your daily life, you'll discover the power to reframe challenges and see opportunities where obstacles once seemed to be. This marks the beginning of a spiritual growth journey that starts within you. Each principle offers a practical approach to navigating life. If something seems out of harmony, the principle of correspondence can help identify internal patterns reflecting that disorder. When everything feels stuck, vibration reminds you that small changes can have significant impacts, like a smile transforming someone's day. Rhythm helps you understand that even tough times are part of larger, inevitable cycles. Applying these principles is like fine-tuning the gears of a universal mechanism, allowing life to flow with more ease and purpose. Perhaps the most transformative aspect is the impact these practices have on your connection with the universe and others. By aligning with these principles, you become a channel for harmony and wisdom. Your energy shifts, and this reverberates in your relationships, work, and even your surroundings. The real magic lies in experimentation. Why not start by applying one principle to an area of your life today? As you observe the results, you'll find that this not only transforms your reality, but also reshapes your self-perception. The impact goes beyond you, connecting to the world around you, something we'll explore next. When you apply the Hermetic principles to your life, something extraordinary happens. Not only does your personal reality transform, but you also become a force for change in the collective. Have you heard of people who, by changing their internal vibration, attracted new opportunities or resolved old conflicts? This isn't a coincidence. It's the law of cause and effect in action. Each personal transformation creates a greater impact, like a stone cast into a lake, creating ripples that spread outward. Imagine the power of this on a large scale, a world where more people live in alignment with harmony and wisdom. In practice, collective effects can be seen in communities, organizations, and even social movements. People who understand the principle of polarity, for example, can mediate conflicts by seeing both sides of a situation, fostering balanced solutions. Those who embrace rhythm accept life's natural oscillations, cultivating resilience and serenity even in times of crisis. These examples show that by applying the principles, we not only improve our lives, but also inspire those around us to do the same. It's like lighting a candle in a dark room. One person's light can illuminate many others. What's even more remarkable is that collective impact isn't always immediate, but is always significant. Like seasons following their natural cycle, deep changes take time to manifest. But by sowing harmony, awareness, and personal growth, you contribute to building a more conscious future. These teachings are like seeds planted in fertile soil, whose fruits will benefit future generations. This brings us to the next topic, the universal legacy of the Kybalion, which connects these ancient teachings to modern practices. The Kybalion is much more than a book. It's a universal legacy that transcends centuries, connecting ancient wisdom to practices that remain relevant today. Its principles, though originating in distant times, resonate with contemporary issues. From the pursuit of mental balance in a fast-paced world to understanding universal laws that govern existence, the Kybalion bridges esotericism and modern science, such as quantum mechanics. It's fascinating to see how ancient teachings remain alive and applicable, almost as if they are part of an eternal truth. This legacy isn't confined to the personal realm. By applying the Hermetic principles, you become a link in a chain of collective transformation spanning generations. Great thinkers like Hermes Trismegistus, who inspired the Kybalion, left these laws as a compass for navigating life. In today's world, where the search for self-knowledge and spirituality is growing exponentially, the Hermetic principles gain even more relevance. It's no coincidence that even after centuries, they continue to influence philosophies, religions, and personal growth movements. But the true power of the Kybalion's legacy lies in its practical application. It reminds us that wisdom isn't static, but something to be lived, experienced, and passed on. Every time you live in harmony with these principles, you help keep this heritage alive and relevant. Thus, the Kybalion ceases to be just a book and becomes part of your story. Now that you know the principles of the Kybalion, change begins with the practical application of this knowledge. Ask yourself, what can you transform in your life using these teachings? True transformation happens when you take action, even in small steps. If this content inspired you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to continue this journey of discovery. Share in the comments which principle resonated most with you and how you plan to apply it in your life. See you in the next video.